Okay, here is my 2004 Firebolt xb12r, powered by the 1200cc Sportster motor, hopped up obviously, over 100 horsepower, 80 some feet of torque. This bike is pushing roughly 76.95. I bought this bike back in 2007, trying to maneuver around my garage here. Bought it back in 2007. As you can see, I bought it with 5,500 miles. As you can see, there's not that many more put onto it, about 2,200 miles. No real major damage. There was a light lay down on the left side, which I will show you here in just a second. This is the right side of the bike. As you can see, everything is in great condition. Don't want to go too fast here. Get the fuel. They'll go in there. Shot of the motor. No oil leaks, nothing. It's got the Jardine racing exhaust. Shot of the front. 0 ZTR brake. We'll go to the right side, the left side of the bike. Show you a little bit of the damage that occurred to it. First, I'll give you a big picture, then we'll go small on it. Big view of the left side of the bike. Now we'll point out the damage and flaws to you. As you can see here on the fairing mount, there's a piece of tape. It was broken in half. What I did was I put a little piece of cardboard in there and then taped it up. Works fine, barely moves. Probably could use a retape. Or the part costs about $130 to fix it. If you know what you're doing, you could take it off and put a new one on. Come around to the front of the fairing. You can see we got a little bit of scratches here. Got some scuff marks, be very easy to take out, and a little bit of scratch, very easily buffed out. Or you can buy a new front fairing, which I have done. And I bought a new one, but I decided to sell it because I didn't need it. Because I figured, why put a new one on if I could, if I don't need it? So I put on a new one. I sent the new one away. I already replaced the turn signal and the shifter and the linkage. The only thing left that would need to be done is clip-on handlebars bent a little bit. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a nook in it. I haven't bought a new one yet. It's about 20 bucks. The oil cooler cover is missing. It was taken off on a slight laydown. All you need to do is buy a new cooler cover. It'll go right on. And I did replace the shifter and linkage. It did tear off the knob on the shifter, so I had to get a new one. Other than that, there's a couple scuffs on the air intake box, but not much. A little buff or wax will take that out, which I'll probably do before buy. No other scratches were incurred. There are a couple scuff marks on the case here, but very minimal, very, very minimal, very hard to see. And on the way back, everything else is perfect. Now this bike runs out great. I've never had a problem with it. Rear tire is probably about 50 to 40%. Still got some miles on it. If we look here, you can see the undertail kit I put on it. Just a piece of metal that relocates the license plate. It does get enough light on the license plate at night, so you won't get pulled over by cops. Look at the front tire. We're looking pretty low. Still has some miles on it, though. Not very many miles on it. Could need a replacement within the near future, but at least 1,000 miles still left. Oh, lastly, I guess all we're going to do is start the bike up for you. Here goes nothing. You see, it starts up like a typical Harley. The battery's a little dead on it right now. It'll be fully charged before I sell it. I haven't been riding it very much, so the battery's really low. See, I got my new toy there, my brother's toy. Bike runs out great. Let's get a little shout, will we? Alrighty. And that's the 2004 Buell xb12r.